building sound Catholic homes. Forgiveness may sound very difficult.
Forgiveness is the glue that keeps love from falling apart. Let's learn to forgive our spouses, our children, just learn to forgive.
Good day, viewers, and welcome to Women Building Sound Catholic Homes. I am Dr. Mary Adeyi,
Susan Oko, Julia Ugu,
and Noel Mama Fohai.
Our topic today is on personal hygiene and how it affects our homes. It is important that we stay tidy. It is often said that cleanliness is next to godliness. So what do we have to say about hygiene in the home? Beginning from personal hygiene to keeping our homes clean, and making sure that those we take care of are also neat, our spouses are neat, and all of that. What do we have to say? Susan, would you like to start?
Yeah, first we want to know what personal hygiene is. Personal hygiene is a method an individual employs to keep himself or herself clean. And then there are various ways we can take our personal hygiene. It could be from our body generally or particular parts of our body. We take our hands, for instance. These hands that we see, it goes through a lot of things and touches a lot of things. If you're coming from outside or you go to the mall, remember you have to touch the rail. If you have to climb the staircase or you're using a public transport, you will have to open the door that 1,001 persons may have opened. And in doing that, yes, you wouldn't know what the person that have touched may have in their hands and all that. It is very, very important that we start right from our hands to keep our hands clean by engaging in regular hand washing and then keeping our fingernails well trimmed and groomed. I know as women, we like to have our nails made and all that. Even at that, when we have artificial nails on, it is very, very important that we endeavor that they are kept clean so that we don't have germs growing under them, and then maybe in the process of preparing food and all that, we deposit these germs for people to eat from. It is very, very important. And then talking about other aspects of personal hygiene, you as a woman, if you want your husband at the end of the day when he's coming back to come to the warm embrace of your sweet wife, you don't want your man to come home and then you are opening your armpit is beginning to ooze like an onion that has been left in the basket for the past 3 days. It's not welcoming, and it will put him off. As a human being, you know that if you perceive that from another person, you wouldn't like it. So you will not do that to that young man.
Taking care of our personal hygiene.
Yes.
Ensuring that we do not smell.
Yes.
Ensuring that there is no unattractive odor coming from you personally.
Yeah.
Do you know personal hygiene encourages confidence?
Yes, I agree with you.
It's very important. And sometimes our spouse, one can make the spouse uncomfortable.
It promotes intimacy.
Yes, when you're not taking good care of yourself.
Yes, also it's not just cleanness, it's not just cleanliness to godliness. It is godliness.
I agree.
Yeah.
And some personal hygiene needs to be taken personal, and you have to be straight to point when we are taking care of
and
ourselves.
then I think there is the need to also be able to create that rapport where you can tell your spouse that there is a problem.
Yes.
You must be able to, because sometimes people who have problems with their personal hygiene may not know.
Be aware.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it is important
Very true.
we take our bath twice every day. We brush our teeth. Like for we women, our monthly period.
You want somebody to kiss you and your mouth
yes, and again when you go out in the night to bathe, and our monthly our menstrual period, we have to really take care of it. And when we are disposing our sanitary pad, we intentionally dispose it All these patients, they are very, very important. And again, not just that, our hair, need to be taken
I
care of.
agree.
Because you cannot be carrying hair
In
for
this
a
age
long
of
time.
wigs and all of that,
Because-
and you're not taking care of them.
Yes.
Yes.
And this alone can even scare your husband from coming close to you. And again, the hairnet we wear is another deposit of death that we don't know. That when a man comes too close to you, now say, please go to the other room and sleep.
You don't say you have spent a huge amount of money to make your braid, so in the next 3 months it has to be the same, and then you're lying down there on the bed. He will not be moved. Before he will be able to answer very well in the other room. At least there should be this welcoming smell that will make him to feel at home, and then every other thing will answer, and then it flows naturally.
It's called
The other room, you know.
Body odor can reduce sexual attraction.
Exactly.
It reduces it.
That's
So as
true.
women, we need to be very careful.
How about
Both sex.
keeping your home neat? Because you see, there are some homes you come to, and I tell you, if they give you a glass of water, you wouldn't drink. It's not about
very true.
having so many things, or being rich, or being poor.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
is how you are able
Able
to
to
keep things around you neat.
Exactly.
So you could come to a person who has very little, but the person is neat enough, you can take a glass of water. But then you can come to a home where they have it all. They have everything. They give you a glass of water, you cannot
find
even
it
take
difficult
it.
to
Yeah,
swallow
so
it.
how do we keep our home neat? How do we try to ensure that, you see, the few persons who come to our home find it welcoming? And not only that, our children, our husbands find it welcoming, because it is neat.
Yeah, it is very, very important, because if you start from the onset, even when your children are just toddlers, if you start to build that confidence in them, they will know that you're not supposed to litter things around. If you enter a home, just like you said, your home may not be a mansion. You could just have a cubicle.
True.
But your ability to put things where they are supposed to be,
And neatly.
too. You don't come, you finish eating, and the dining is just messed up. As a woman, you finish eating, and you have
And
the mind to wash your hand
comfortable with
in
that.
a plate that you have eaten from. It is not encouraging. It's irritating. You won't be able to, if you see that from another person, you won't be able to take it. Or you finish drinking from a cup and it's lying all over the place. Whatever is meant to be kept, everything should have their place of their compartment. So whatever you want to keep, be it your glasses, the plate, the cutleries, and all that, they should have where
Because
they
your
are
children
neatly
will
kept.
also learn from that.
Yes,
You know?
and if you keep doing this, the children will learn that even when if they pick a thing from anywhere, like you go to some home, you see there's a kitchen room. If you drink from it, clean it, and all that, they will know that if they pick a thing from a particular place, when you are done with using that, you should be able to return it to where, and it should be washed. You don't just come, you pick a glass from the cubicle, you drink from it, and then you return it without being washed. Somebody is coming, and then you.
So hygiene entails a lot of
It's dedication too. It's very, very important. Some don't see it as anything, but it's very, very important. If you need to invest into your hygiene for you to be taken seriously, and then for you to be seen in it. Because I tell you, you can't fake it. If you are a dirty person, if you are not hygienic, even when you go out, it will show. You go to a location,
and
you are eating, and then
on your health.
exactly.
Yes,
It will take you to hospital most of the time.
Yeah,
everybody
because
have to be involved in the family.
Yes.
Starting from the head to the least person in the house.
Yes.
You have to take, as you are coming out from outside, your shoe can pick germs and everything. You have to have a rule. Please drop your shoe there, clean your leg. When you come inside, just make this simple rule. When you finish eating, wash your plate and keep it. Don't pack it, pile it up, because the next day can grow germs.
Yes.
And people would use it. Just simple thing. You go to toilet, you flush it. Don't leave it for house help or
And they
the
should
domestic
also
staff
learn to
come
clean
and
the
start.
toilet themselves.
That is why it's
If
very
everybody
important.
knows how to do that, then it will always be neat.
Yes, once you finish, you clean it up for the next person to use. There's
Very
no need of
important. We need to lead by example.
True.
You know,
As
it's
much
what
as-
you do that your children will learn from.
yes, even when you it's just urine. Like some you finish weeing, you will not flow. You just leave it there to accumulate. No, when you finish, you make sure you pour water in or you flush so that it goes away. Because if you leave it, as far as it is a waste, it will begin to smell. And then our bed sheets too. Some of us were month.
I was actually coming to that.
Yeah, we can have our bed sheet on the bed. So, but once you come into the house and you open the door, the first thing you will perceive is the odor that will greet you.
Yes.
Let us cultivate a habit. Whether it is every 3 days, if it is not possible, every week, we change our bed sheet.
And apart from that, you know, it's also good to teach children or teach your family that you wake up from the bed, you make the bed.
Make your bed. Very important.
Don't leave it scattered.
You don't just leave it scattered
all over the place.
You know, and I think some people also, you know, have a way of repeating clothes.
Yes.
So you don't want to wash. You understand? Because your mind is telling you to fade. Those things smell.
They do.
Yes.
Because the sweat,
what you just
once
said,
you sweat, it dries on it, and then it begins to form a different smell altogether.
Just as a woman, you know, some people still they keep repeating their night wears.
Yes.
Your spouse, your husband is about going
You
to
should
the
change
other
your
room.
bra,
Just think of trying
everything.
to, you know, touch you, and the odor and everything that comes there. You will see the morale will just go down.
True.
So we need to be very careful and always change our wears, especially our inner wears is very important.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. You
don't
can't
need to
repeat
start
it.
repeating.
You can't repeat.
Yes.
it.
Have a
It's very, very
long-
Your
unhygienic.
night wears.
So, how about the environment? You know, because that's still part of your personal hygiene.
Yes.
You can actually take care of the interior of your home. How about the surrounding? You understand?
Yeah.
Because even that can constitute a health risk.
Yes.
So grasses around the house. You understand?
Yes.
You've chosen to have flowers there. You're not tending them. You understand? It can bring a lot of things that will cause illness.
Yeah, like when we were growing up in the villages, you know, as a young girl growing up, you'll be made to wake up 5 a.m. You have this long broom. As no matter how big your compound is, you have to sweep from the beginning to the end. You will not have grasses growing around the corridor and all that. You make sure these things are kept. Unfortunately, some of these things that we call this habit cultivated are beginning to erode, and it's not helping us. Somebody will come after all, you have the person that is in charge of the kitchen, you have the one that is in charge of taking giving your children their bath, preparing them for school and all that. So you will not lift your finger to do a
So your
thing.
children are not learning.
They are not learning.
You may think that you are loving your children by engaging your house helps to do everything. But with time, you will realize that you have done your children a disservice. So we are saying that holidays will be a perfect time to give your house helps, your domestic staff break to engage your children. So what do you think about that?
It's actually nice we engage our children because this time and the season they are with the invent of phone, they are so distracted.
I agree.
And it's always good we involve them in the house choice.
Yes.
Especially Saturday.
In the end, it is for your own
Yes,
good.
it's
Because no domestic staff will stay with you forever.
Yes,
Yes.
because it will end up training domestic staff without training our own children. And when they leave, you see the vacuum. It will be obvious that we have not trained our children. So it's always nice we engage them, let them take a mop, a long walking stick, clean the mops, the cobwebs, dust the dining,
Even sweep and
do everything.
mop.
Yes. Engage them seriously. Let them know that this is their home. They don't have any other home. And any way they make this home is for everybody. You understand? For most of the times, we rely so much on our helps. And we forget our own children. Their own is that when they just come, they enter the kitchen, they carry cooked food.
You know, by the
mind
time
even
children
cooking.
are growing up and they have their rooms and they are not able to keep it clean, as a parent, you should feel that you have failed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if they can't keep their room and environment clean, then it means you didn't teach them. That's what it means.
Most of the times
true.
you enter children's room, you see their dustbin, waste bin filled up.
Who are they
all
waiting
trash,
for to
waiting
take it
for
out?
waiting for
house help.
even their parents to come and
Sometimes
take
they
it,
wait
which is
for their
very bad.
parents or house help.
Yeah, to
That
do
is
that
when
for
you need
them.
to train them to do it themselves. You just have to supervise them, you know. When they are not getting it right, you just have to put them through on how best to go about it.
I
And
can
with that,
imagine young mothers, some of them would ask you that at what point, at what age should your child begin to bath himself or herself? Would you tell our viewers what age you would suggest
Well,
is perfect?
Well, personally, I advise from age 5.
I agree.
Yes, it may not be like in the morning when they are going to school, you can do that. But when they come back in the afternoon, you allow them to bath themselves and you supervise them, tell them where to scrub and all that.
Or you do the morning bath.
They do the morning bath as they are going out, so that body odor will not start developing. Because you like it or not, it is when they don't have a proper bath, that is when you begin to. These days you will see an 8-year-old walk past you and then the stench coming from their body. You begin to imagine, does this child have a mother?
Some of them are repeating their underwear.
Yes.
Because they are not being supervised.
Yes, some bed wet, and then they are not conscious enough to know that they are supposed to change. They will repeat the same underwear, and by the time they pass, you perceive that, which is not encouraged.
And some of such odor linger forever.
It does. But and then you encourage them too. Even from that age, they are light clothes. They can start washing from there. And even when you are doing laundries on Saturdays, you involve them. You will see that they are even excited to be a part of it.
I'm going to wash. You have brought in laundry.
Yes,
because you see, it's not just about keeping yourself clean. They also need to learn how to wash on their own. I know
very important.
We're in this age where we're beginning to depend on washing machine. But you see, let them first of all learn how to do it manually.
Yes, very important.
So that you are sure that they know how to wash.
do it.
You can give them little things to do by themselves.
Yes. In as much as they want to wash manually, it's always good you allow them to wash with washing machine. But you can supervise them. After washing machine, there is need to use your hand to wash the collar and other parts. You must not subject them to washing with hand if there's an alternative means.
No, I tell you, if they don't learn to wash with hands, when they don't have access to that washing machine, they will find it difficult, and that is where the odor start coming in. Their hygiene level has decreased. They should learn to do with their hands. Manually. You may have all the millions, but if they learn that manual, it's very, very encouraging. It helps them. The excitement alone. You tell them, you wash your socks on Friday, and they are happy. You wash your what is it called, singlet next, and they will be happy to do this. And when they meet their friend, they take pride. Do you know this singlet I'm wearing now? I washed it myself. It gives them this sense of responsibility, and it helps them.
You see, Nonye, I want to agree with you a bit, but then I want to stand on my ground that the children need to learn how to do it manually first. So let them do with very little things. It could be their underwears. It could be their uniforms from school. You understand? But let them learn how to do that before they begin to depend on the washing machine. If that is not done, you don't know where the wind will blow them.
Yes.
And then they become helpless.
Perfectly truth. You have said the right thing. But me, I'm not even against whether they use washing machine or they use hand. But my own is that they should learn how to wash their inner ways. It's basic, their inner ways. And all these things should be under supervision. Because sometimes if you give children an assignment without supervision, they tend not to do it. A little things distracts them, especially when they're on phone or they are on television. Especially when we put television in their room and we give them assignment. If you forget about it, just forget about that assignment. It's to be undone.
Now, because we're talking about personal hygiene, I think parents should also be able to open up to children and discuss with children about puberty.
Yes.
And so that by the time your child is at that age,
changes
are beginning to occur, they now know that they need to do a little extra, to maintain hygiene.
Yes.
Those changes come with a lot of hygiene problems.
Exactly.
So it is the duty of parents, to begin to guide the children and actually put them on track.
It's very, very important.
That guide is priceless.
It is.
It is.
I think the female child, they tend to pick up easily than the male child. If you see a female child like 15 and you see a male child like 15, the female child tends to be more matured than the male child.
And that's because we have placed more emphasis on the girls. Like you see, a child sit well, a girl does not sit like that.
What I'm saying is that the baby girl got matured easier than the boy. You see a girl, when she wants to go, she wants to look her best. You just see your baby
Of
boy, you
course.
just go there and wear anything. You be the one that say, let me see your hand, go and shave your hand, please. Let me see this one, do
No,
this
but
one,
it all
change this one. But you see
depends.
the
There are
girls,
still
most of the
some
times,
boys.
they take care of
Yes,
themselves. What I'm
no,
saying that
yeah,
They're exceptional.
I would quite agree with
more
you.
attention has to be paid on the boys.
I think research actually tells us what you have said. You know, that girls of the same age with boys usually tend to be more mature. Okay? But you see, over the years, we are beginning to say mothers who have boys need to do a little more. Because you don't want to dump your boy for a woman at the time of marriage.
Yes.
So if you are a mother to boys, then you're going to do extra work.
That is exactly the point I'm trying to make. That we should pay more attention. That's what I'm saying. We should pay more attention to the boys than the girls.
So that you are not leaving it uncleaned for a woman who will now be calling him husband.
Exactly.
So we are telling our viewers, if you have boys, this issue of personal hygiene is basic. So take it seriously. Pay attention, otherwise no woman will find your boy worthy to be a husband. And I think that would be a very, very distressing situation. So, do we have any other thing we would like to say about hygiene that we probably have not touched on? Our viewers are waiting, they are glued to the TV, and we want to give them all that we can give them.
Yeah, this time I would like to be practical. You know, initially there is when it comes to intimacy of a husband and a wife, there was a defined way. But with the invention of all kinds of things now, there is a preferred way that especially young people prefer to do it now. As a woman, you will stay months, you will not shave. Deep down there, you are not clean enough. And you expect somebody's son to come and give you a head up. If you are the one,
how do you think
will you take
possible?
it?
Yes. I think you deserve a clap for this.
Very important.
It needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
Because Isaiah said, wash yourselves and be clean. It is not just spiritually, even in the physical. Because whatever happens in the physical reflects in the spiritual. It is very, very important. Let us take that in and ask ourselves.
And I think this issue of shaving is for both male and female.
Yeah, both sex. Yeah.
You don't need to have hairs all over the body. Take them out. You know, so that your personal hygiene will be easier.
And you know, when you shave, but for me, I say it's therapeutic. Because there's this comfort you will feel. So I don't know how you feel when you are gathering human hair that you want to do 15 meters.
And again, when we take care of ourselves, we also avoid all these skin infections. There's some infections you take off because by the time you keep yourself clean, the bacteria will not see a place to stay. So it's always good to take care of ourselves. It's necessary, personally as a woman, because the way you present yourself matters. You cannot just come out in a place just looking so untidy and unkept.
And you see, Julian said something about confidence, and I think that is where
it will boost your
confidence. The fact that you're maintaining personal hygiene, it gives you an air of confidence. You can go anywhere. You raise your hands up. You know,
and makes one comfortable as well.
You know who you are.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm sure our viewers have enjoyed this session. And as we wrap up, it is important that we give them some last words so that, you know, it will be a remarkable one for them. So can we start with Susan?
Yes, thank you very much. You know, earlier we said cleanliness is not just next to godliness, but it is godliness. The scripture says that a clean spirit cannot dwell in a filthy environment. Let us endeavor to make that extra effort to keep ourselves, our surrounding, and our homes clean, as this will help to boost our ego and promote healthy marriages. Thank you.
Julia?
Personal hygiene is a daily investment into our relationship, and it brings about peace, pride, and passion. So I'm telling our viewers out there to be more self conscious about their personal hygiene. Thank you.
Nonye?
Personal hygiene is a simple yet powerful tool for health. So it's necessary we keep our hygiene personal.
Viewers, build your home by keeping your home clean. Build your home by making sure everything about your home is hygienically organized. And we believe that with that, you have a wonderful home. See you on our next episode.